Boat hire rides, the worst of the water rides, right? Maybe, but they can actually be really good additions to your park. I'm treating all boat hire rides the same here, aside from submarines, which I have covered in a separate video. That's because they all work in the same way, except for some slight variations in their ride stats. It's also how boat hire appeared in the original Rollercoaster Tycoon, with one boat hire ride having different boat types available, before they were separated into different types for Rollercoaster Tycoon 2. So let's get the basics out of the way. Of course, these rides have to be built on water. Track pieces are not essential, but they do help guests avoid getting stuck or being unable to find their way back to the station. If you play Open Rollercoaster Tycoon 2, you can make the track invisible so it looks like guests are randomly making their way around the lake when they are actually following track. However, you can't do that in the classic version of the game, so track pieces do take away from the realism. That said, if you're building on a large body of water, it's possible that guests end up very far away from the station and taking a long time to return, perhaps even wishing they could get off the ride and generating warnings that the boat hasn't returned to the station. So if you don't want to use tracks, use either a small area of water or use scenery to contain the ride within a small space. You could use fences to give the boat ride a boundary, or you could use water fountains for a more natural look, as boats will not cross tiles with scenery on. So how do we build a good one? Well, it's worth bearing in mind that adding track gives a very small boost to excitement, but nearby rides does not. Scenery up to 5 tiles away from the station does count, even if it's on land. One station piece costs £43, making it potentially a very cheap ride to build. Each track piece is an additional £30. Basic stats vary per boat ride type. Water tricycles and swans have a slightly higher excitement rating than rowing boats and canoes, while bumper boats slip into medium excitement. But the best boat ride for excitement is the jet skis, which don't allow you to place track, so be careful and follow some of the tips from earlier in the video. Several scenarios have pre-built boat hire rides, including Katie's Dreamland, which uses a small lake for its swans, and Mega World Park, which has 5 boat hire types on the same lake. Here, swans have a guided track leading boats out of the station before they are able to roam freely around the lake. Wacky Worlds delivers 5 new boat hire options. Jet skis reskins as a dolphin ride, swans are Mandarin Ducks, canoes are Outrigger rides, and Dhows and turtles are also available. So, next time you have a body of water on your park, why not give guests the option of boat hire to break up their time feeling the G's on your coaster builds?